Good evening. My name is Mark, and welcome to Dharma Bum Temple. I am the facilitator for tonight's Zen Buddhism and meditation. I'm not a Zen Buddhist monk or anything. I am lay ordained, but I've been practicing about 8 years. But not a teacher, just mainly here to help facilitate this meeting. And is there anyone new to first time at Dharma Bum? Welcome. 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 Right? Anyone new to, and welcome to folks on online. Repeat that. If you have any comments, hi Robin, feel free to comment in the chat. And is this anyone's first Zen meditation? Great, 2, 3, 4, 5, great, wow. So, so typically at this meeting, so it's a 1 hour meeting, and have a little intro, especially since there's so many new people here, just sort of the basics of Zen meditation, and then we'll meditate for maybe about 20 minutes, and then have a discussion for about 10 minutes or so, and then another 15-minute meditation. So, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So, I'm completely unprepared. I've had a crazy day. I didn't sleep well last night. I've been spending way too much time on TikTok, which I just downloaded a couple weeks ago because of all these coconuts going around, and it's just, I got really sucked in. And then I had to wake up early to take, I'm retired tonight. So I had to get up early for a change. I had an appointment to take one of my dogs to the vet at 7:30 drop off for a general teeth cleaning and exam. And so first thing in the morning, I'm not used to getting on the freeway, and I had to get on 805 to the 8 to the 15 north to Arrow Drive, drop my dog off, and I saw a lot of crazy going on. Like a sudden stop from 70 miles to like nothing. It was dead stop. I was, whoa, what's that? Then I drove back home. Then at 10 o'clock, I had to be at Alvarado Parkway Institute because Dharma Bum takes a Dharma recovery meeting, and I started helping out with that. And I saw, so I had to go out 8 East, it's like out by La Mesa. So I'm on the freeway, and I saw this, I'm behind this big truck, and there's an off-ramp, College Avenue, and I saw this car go like, it went like this, right in front of that truck, just flew in front of the truck and got off. We just, like literally just barely had enough time to get, I just blew me away that somebody would do that, take that kind of a risk with our one precious life. Whoa. So yeah, it was nice to be at that meeting. I came home. Or no, then I, for some reason, went to, of all places, Costco. And I went there for a bouquet of flowers for my neighbor and some walnuts. And I left with like a $200 bill. I have addiction issues, I think. So Zen's really helpful for somebody like me, because it's not my Zen is not my normal state. And then I had to go back to, let's see, on the phone, some issues, and then I had to go back, pick my dog back up, and I was on the phone with a friend in the car, and I'm driving up 805, and the next thing I knew, I'm like, oh, there's 163, and I'm like, wait a minute, I should have taken 8 to the 15, and I told my friend, I said, I need to, hold on a minute. So I fortunately got off 163 and went down Balboa to Ruffin. Anyhow, it was just like, I don't know if anybody's had days like that where it's just like boom, 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 one thing after another. And then I'm like, oh, I got to come here, and I'm not prepared. So I think everybody can relate in some regard. Like, my head tells me I'm getting out of here. I'm going to move to some small town along the Oregon coast. There's no freeways. Then I just picked up this book. It's called Singing and Dancing Are the Voice of the Law, and by a Buddhist monk, commentary on the Song of Zazen. And I just flipped to this page, and it says, Zazen simply means seated Zen. Is traditional Zen Buddhist meditation. It's the primary type of meditation that you'll find at a Zen center. And it is always practiced in silence, with no guidance offered. I include some basic instructions for Zazen in the appendix. Unlike most forms of meditation, Zazen has no agenda for us and doesn't need to look or feel a certain way. Zazen is a form of meditation in which the practitioner does not use any specific object of meditation. Rather, practitioners remain as much as possible in the present moment, aware of and observing what moves in and around them. It is simple but profound, taking only a few minutes to learn, but a lifetime to master. So, I've been doing this for pretty consistently for 8 years, and I still find myself, it can be a challenge because, so the idea with Zen is have both feet planted on the ground, or if you're seated, basically the idea is have an upright posture as much as possible, given your condition, and so the idea is to be aware. You don't just sort of zone out and pass out. So if you do fall asleep, don't beat yourself up. But the idea is to have good posture, head looking forward. A lot of people in Zen don't completely close their eyes. They sort of gaze downward with their eyes about half or 3/4 of the way closed, just to stay present. Because sometimes when we close our eyes, we go off into dreamland, and hands just can rest comfortably in your lap or in a mudra. So in the big thing in Zen, since it's not a guided meditation, people will focus on their breath. Some people will count one breath in, out, 2 breaths in. So count 1 to 10, counting your breath. If you lose what number you're on, go back to 1. And with the thoughts is to think of them as like clouds passing by. So not attaching to the thoughts, because that, easy to get stuck on stories. I also got flipped off today by somebody who flew through a stop sign. And he flipped me off. I honked at him first, but he flipped. I don't think I deserved to be flipped off. So I create a storyline in my head about that MFer who flipped me off today. Who does he think he is? It's like, it's so easy in meditation or not in meditation to have thoughts control our thinking. They just, these stories go on and on. So just, try to let the thoughts go. If you find yourself caught up in a story, normally I have 2 cups of coffee. Today I had 2 cups of coffee plus some iced coffee. Plus I was at Costco and bought this Celsius, which is some energy drink. And I felt like I needed all this stuff because I was tired. So we do things sometimes that like ramp our thinking up even more. So my thoughts have been really wild today. So let thoughts go. If you find yourself caught in a story, just catch yourself, come back to your breath. Don't beat yourself up. So we'll go ahead and start. I'll ring the bell and then ring it again at the end of our meditation. Does anybody have any questions? I can't tell you how many times I had to start back at 1. So, yeah, the mind is something else. It's made to think, and like secretions from your stomach, it's normal to have thoughts. But the thing I love about Zen, or any kind of meditation, is that like it helps me like, okay, take a little step back, even if it's for 60 seconds. I got sober in 2000 and I was batshit crazy. And my sponsor said, meditate for 1 minute. I don't think we had iPhones then, or any kind of, I don't know what I had, a timer, analog. But anyhow, I called him up. I said, I meditated for 60 seconds. I was so proud of myself. I couldn't believe it. So if that's all you can do, that's, even if it's like stopping in the middle of the day and taking 3 deep breaths, 30 seconds out of your day. So, but my mind in meditation often, I'm like thinking about all the other things. Like I was picking my dog up from the vet, which is Banfield, which is in PetSmart. So I thought, I got to get a dog name tag for my other dog because the stupid groomer lost the whole collar and the name tag, which has been a story going on in my head. Then I start thinking, they charge too much. I'm not going back to that groomer. They lost my dog collar and tag, and so I ended up etching his name and my phone number, and it was the wrong phone number. I mixed the last 4 digits up. I wasn't practicing being in the moment, being present, which is what Zen is about, But on the other hand, I didn't chase that guy down the street. I could have turned right, and I wanted to turn right and ram into him, the guy that flipped me off at the stop sign. So, it's progress, not perfection. It's just, I had to turn around on the way here because I forgot my hearing aids, and I'm like, I kind of need them in case somebody wants to say anything. I'll just be here. So I'll turn it over. I have my hearing aids in, and I have a dry mouth because that energy drink did something to me. And you're not allowed to bring water in here, so that's another storyline. But does anybody have anything you want to share about your day, about your experience, or several new people to Zen meditation? Your experience sitting for, wasn't quite 20 minutes, but in silence. Anybody help me out? I can keep talking. I have some books too, but we'll do another meditation too.
I like the idea of just like sitting here and like not concentrating on my thoughts, but just being, just being. I like that. I get restless and fidgety, but that's always been me. Like no one telling me what to do, like that too.
Yeah, we don't do it. We don't do it often enough. Just sitting, being present in the moment, hearing whatever sounds are, or being aware of our breath.
I often find it funny where, like, amount of meditations, like how the body, like once it starts to settle down, it automatically thinks that that sense of comfort and stillness is like, oh, it's time to sleep, time to go to bed. Half the time with my meditations is just trying to, just stay awake and stay consciously like, aware. You know, I even just this one, I noticed myself like nodding off a couple of times. It's pretty funny. Yeah.
Easy to do that. Yeah. That's why they recommend keeping your eyes open a little bit.
Yeah.
Help you stay awake and present. Anybody else?
Something that I noticed for me today, compared to other times, is when I heard a noise, like somebody coughed, somebody moved, it like really startled me, which I haven't had that experience or reaction before. So it's something I thought was noteworthy for me.
So it startled you, a cough would startle you in the past, and today you
Like tonight it did, but in the past, I feel like I might not have even noticed anything like that. So I'm just trying to figure out tonight why that was different for me. Interesting. It almost like jolted me.
I've been noticing that as I turn my brain off or keep the focus on the counting, the brain wants to think. And I've been noticing that I'll end up having thoughts kind of on the side that I don't even really notice that I'm thinking, and then all of a sudden I realize that for the past 20 seconds of me counting, I've been having this side conversation in my head that I wasn't even really fully aware that I was doing.
That's not unusual. Yeah. But that's part of the practice. That's why they call it practice, because wow, you became aware of it, so you could go back to your counting and be present. You know, calm that mind, tame the wild. Wild minds, the wild thinking, run them up. Yeah.
It's interesting to oscillate between, I'm ready for this to be done. You're like, how much longer? And then when the bells go off, you're like, oh, but I wanted to stay in longer. It's like wanting when you can't have in that moment. It's pretty silly.
That's for, yeah, it's odd how like sometimes 20 minutes can seem to fly by, and other times it seems like, I'll sometimes tap my phone and be like, maybe I forgot to press the start on the timer, and I'm like, oh, you got 8 more minutes. Something's wrong. So, I think a lot of Zen teachings have to do with compassion, or compassion in general, to ourselves, with others. Or the whole, non-dual. So easy to think positive or negative, this is good, this isn't good, So part of the practice is just being aware of what we're thinking, and okay, thanks for visiting. You don't have to home down that path. I'll read, let me pull it up, and then we'll go have another meditation. Let's see. So there's some sayings in this book, writings by Maizumi Roshi from the LA Zen Center. He passed away, I don't know when, several years ago, but all beings by nature are Buddha. As ice by nature is water, apart from water there is no ice. Apart from beings, no Buddha. A lot of Zen sayings are very thought-provocative. Here's one. How sad that people ignore the near and search for truth afar, like someone in the midst of water crying out in thirst, like a child of a wealthy home wandering among the poor. These are a little deep, but okay. Much more, those who turn about and bear witness to self-nature that is no nature, go far beyond mere doctrine. A little heavy. All right, let's go ahead and do some more meditation. This will be maybe more like 11 minutes. end with, I just had a couple things that came up while I was going back to one, was the concept in Zen or in Buddhism, the Four Noble Truths, which is suffering exists. You know, I find things unacceptable every day. Today I find a lot of things unacceptable. None of us are going to avoid old age, sickness, and death. So suffering exists. Suffering is caused by clinging to, grasping, attachment, craving. You know, we want things to be different. There is a path. There's an end to suffering, and then the end of suffering is the Eightfold Path. And so I can remind myself to carry this practice off the cushion, off the chair, and take it out into the day. I'm not perfect. I didn't often remember today to do that, but by practicing, sitting here, I can remember the Eightfold Path. I don't know if I have them all memorized, but like wise thinking or right thinking, wise action. So I didn't chase that guy down in my car. Wise speech, which, you know, that's a big one. Wise intention, wise livelihood, wise, did I say mindfulness? Wise mindfulness, that's obviously a big one. Then wise, did I say intention? Yeah, wise intention. Wise meditation. So practicing right meditation, there's, you know, going back to the breath, being present, as opposed to following the storyline and getting lost in daydreams. So I don't know if I got all 8 of them, but so I don't know about you guys, but I know I'm walking out of here like from being amped up way up here to just in 1 hour, like it's kind of calmed me down a lot. I don't know if it's noticeable, but I feel it. And so thanks everybody for coming. I'll say meditation, or I mean the merit for this meditation. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. And Vicky has some announcement.
Hello everyone, on tonight's message. Vicky, we opened the Domann Temple 18 years ago to introduce Buddhist practice to those who show up. Those who lead are not nuns, monks, gurus, masters, or teachers, and are not looking for students. They are simply practitioners sharing their interpretation of the practice. Every night we have different classes led by different people from various Buddhist traditions. We have a recovery sangha that meets several times a week for anyone with addiction. And our food redistribution program is every Thursday at 4:30. We have classes and programs every day, and everything we offer here is always free. The full schedule is on our website and also posted in the entryway above the shoe rack. We have a lending library. If you see a book you like, feel free to borrow it, and we bring it back whenever you're done with it. Please straighten your seat or cushion before you head out. If a few people could stay to close and watch the windows, that would be helpful. Thank you for being here. We wish you well and hope to see you again.
Great. Thanks, everybody. Bye, everybody online. Have a good evening. Hold on. Vicky.
And that, right?
They'll do this.